Check, 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 check. Yeah. Alrighty, welcome back to another trade recap. As you can tell by your eyes, I took 2 trades today. First one I got stopped out at break even. Second one, I took off half my position around here and then was trailing my stop and ended up getting stopped at my break or my stop. So kind of wanted to just go over what I was going through coming into market open and what my bias was. So if we replay price here, let's go back to 7:30. If you go to the 15-minute, what I wanted to see was if we take a look in the overnight session, we have now taken this internal low, right? And then we have also had internal manipulation again. And we had a rebalance to equilibrium of the price leg and OTE. So coming into market open, what I wanted to see was I actually wanted to see a move higher first towards, London and possibly Asia, and have that manipulation move to then go lower towards the internal low, Asia, and eventually sell side down here. So coming into market open, I was bearish bias, but I wanted to see a move higher first. So we had these internal highs resting here. We had London highs resting here. We had all this generated buy side liquidity, and then we had finally Asia resting up here. So again, I wanted to see a move higher to take out at least these internal highs and possibly London, to then have a move lower to take out these internal lows, London, and then lower towards the external draw. So at market open, as you can see, we came all the way up, took out these highs, moved all the way back down, moved all the way back up, had a huge bullish engulfing. I mean, was a 130-point candle move, took out these internal lows, or these internal highs, sorry. So at this point in time, I want to see where we want to go, right? I want to see, okay, do we follow through and do we go to London? Do we build more price action and possibly fall over towards sell side and then London low? What do we want to do? So we end up putting in this first presented bullish fair value gap. So I want to see how this reacts. If this reacts bullish, obviously I want to see us go to London. If we run through this, we're going to go to sell side. So we end up absolutely plowing through this. So we end up running this bearish fair value or bullish fair value gap. So now we have an inverse, right? And I want to see us go to these relative equal lows. So I enter short, right? There's no change in the state on this trade, but there was an inverse. We were also, if we go to the 5-minute, we were also respecting this high time frame 5-minute fair value gap. So I enter short, I put my stop at these candle highs, and then I target sell side for a little, like basically 1-to-1. And then we end up coming back up, rebalancing to the inverse, as well as this 1-minute bearish fair value gap, holding bearish, coming all the way back down. And then, let me go back. We actually ended up putting in a little internal SMT here. So we ended up putting in a little internal SMT, and at this point in time, I could see, sorry, my entry was like up here, I'm pretty sure, because I remember I got stopped out at break even. We ended up putting in a little internal SMT here. And so when we put in this internal SMT, I could see market going both ways, right? We come back down, we manipulate this low, we put in a bullish SMT, and we could go higher to London. We also could fall through this. But with my rules and everything that I trade by and how I've been trading for as long as I can remember, as soon as we put in an SMT, I either close my position or I move my stop to break even. So I moved my stop to break even. And then, of course, on the next candle, I ended up getting stopped at break even. So completely fine with this, completely fine with getting stopped at break even. Again, I don't really take, oh fuck, sorry, that might have been so loud, holy shit. All right, let me put this away a little bit. I don't really take inversions, as far as just inversions, plain and simple. Like I usually like to take inversion change in the state entry. But this was too clean. We didn't have a change on the 1 minute, the 30 second, the 15 second. So am I mad at this trade? No. Is it my model? Yes and no. Should I have taken it? Probably not, right? Because it's not my model. And I want to take trades that align with my model. But we end up, and I did have the right bias, we end up going to take sell side. So like I said, not mad at this trade, get stopped at break even. And I think it was the right play to move my stop to break even. Overall, though, should not have taken this trade. Even though it was nice if you take inversions. If you take inversions, this is A+. So what do we end up doing? We end up taking this internal low and following through, just like we said we would. We end up taking London low and end up continuing to follow through. And if we just play through price here, we end up putting in this internal high, and this smaller fair value gap right here is an unfilled 5 minute. This bigger one is an unfilled 15 minute, which we end up not putting in until around here. So if we take a look, we have this unfilled 15 minute. Obviously, I didn't mean to show you guys the future there. But we end up putting in this unfilled 15 minute, generating these relative equal highs and also generating all these relative equal lows. So what do I want to see at this point in time, right? I want to see a move lower to the external draw. We put in these relative equal lows, right? If we look at the higher time frame, if we look at the 4 hour, right? Obviously, again, didn't mean to tell you guys the future. We had this big up closed candle and then down closed candle closing below. This is now going to act as an order block. I would want to see us follow through towards this external draw and possibly these relative equal lows down here. So, like I said, I wanted to see a move lower. But first, I needed to see a move higher to take out all these relative equal highs and then have our manipulation lower, right? So what does market end up doing? We end up coming up, running these fair value gaps, taking out this recent high, tapping into the unfilled 15 minute and the unfilled 5 minute. So now I zoom in, right? And I recognize, okay, we have these relative equal lows, right? We've just tapped into these unfilled fair value gaps. If there was a place to reject, it would be here, right? So we end up building more price action, coming up, having one more manipulation leg higher, right? And then as soon as we get below this 30-second change, immediately I enter short. Let's get this, God damn it. There we go. I enter short. I put my stop at the candle high, right? This is my model, right? The only thing that I'm missing here is an inversion. However, we do have this 1 minute fair value gap that we did end up inversing, but I'll go over that later. So we end up sitting here, building price action, right? Sitting here, sitting here, sitting here. And then as soon as we get below these down close candles right here, and we end up actually on this next candle, running this 1 minute. So we get below those down close candles and running this 1 minute. I end up taking half my position off around here. And I move my stop to break, right? And then we continue to build more price action, right? And then at this point in time, I end up trailing my stop, playing it a little aggressive. Again, I'm not mad at playing it aggressive. I actually think it was the right thing to do in the moment, but I end up trailing my stop to this up close candle right here, and still targeting this sell side level. And we end up getting stopped at break even, or stopped at my trail stop. Boom. And then it ends up shooting right back down and going in my direction. Which, again, I'm completely fine with. This is not the most efficient price action, so I don't really want to be holding through this, right? Look at this. Very inefficient, and then we end up selling off. So I don't really want to be holding through this. But, yeah, that was my second trade that I took today. Again, I took off half my position, and then I got stopped at my trail stop. I made around, I think, $300 across 3 accounts. So around $1,000. So again, completely fine with this trade. This trade was definitely more high quality than this one as far as actually, I wouldn't say high quality. It's just this one is my model. This one isn't. But I would say both of these are high quality. And this is a trade that I would take 9 times out of 10, right? This is just an inversion. This is a trade that I normally don't take. I just knew that we were going to go to this low. But I wanted to play my risk safe and move my stop to break even. So again, up around $1,000 on the day. I took 2 trades today. We have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have news. So with where we're at right now, and like if we take a look at the VIX is at 23. It was at, what is that, 26 today. So anything above 20 with the VIX, I can expect a lot of volatile price action, as you can see, and efficient price action. So I'm actually very excited going into the rest of the week, especially with high impact news Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the government shutdown being over. So I'm hoping to expect a lot of efficient and good price action, but we'll see what the market gives us. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this trade recap. Make sure you guys just focus on following your plan, taking high quality setups, and making some motherfucking bread, bruh. So I will catch you guys in the next one.